Hey, Miami Lakers, welcome to our COVID-19 update. I know we do it once a week now, and also we're going to have a discussion on mental health, a little bit different today, but we have a very special guest with us, our own Commissioner Steve Bobo, who's here with us today. He's been an incredible advocate for our community to get more COVID testing, to work with different providers, but also a great advocate for our small businesses. He has great news as to what's happening on Monday. Real big news here in our community. I know we saw some restaurants, different businesses closed down, but I can tell you, he kept working really hard to make sure that your voices, the voices of the folks who literally invest their hard-earned dollars into businesses, are heard specifically on the county level. So I'll pass it over to our Commissioner.
All right, Mayor, if I take off the mask, for people that are watching at home, be safe. And as the Mayor was indicating, one of the casualties of many, and we've gone through a very difficult moment, no doubt about it. All of us, many of us have seen family and friends pass away from COVID-19. And there's an obligation on behalf of the county to make sure that not only are we attending the issues that are related to COVID-19 and how do we keep our community safe. That's where the mask comes in, the social distancing. But we've seen some aggressive moves as far as businesses are concerned, and some of it can be a little bit heavy-handed. But we need to cooperate with each other. And today, the mayor yesterday made some formal announcements. Today he added to those announcements. So the good news is that restaurants can now open at a 50% capacity. Now we want much more than that, and I think I'm going to speak for the mayor on this, is that we'd like to see businesses open at its full potential. And that's something I think we could continue to work to as long as we follow all the guidelines. If we continue to practice the social distancing, if we continue to practice the cleanliness, the wearing of our masks, I think we could get to a situation where we could open up the doors of the restaurants at full capacity. I think that's something that all of us want. We don't want a new normal. We want a normal. But we have to understand, until we have a vaccine in the world, until we have a vaccine, we're going to have to live with the virus, and we're going to have to adapt, and we're going to have to be able to navigate best we can. Now, today, the mayor also made an announcement that casinos will be able now to open up on Monday, which is very important. So those that work at these casinos, Calder, at the one over in the city of Miami, that used to be the dog track, the name escapes me right now, Magic City, and Hialeah Park, will all be able to open their doors come Monday to start having their operations. And what's that is that people go back to work. I don't want you to think of it in terms of, well, casinos opening and then, people can go gamble. Obviously, they don't do that. But what's more important is that it puts people back to work. And I've said repeatedly that the best stimulus plan that we have, the best of all stimulus plan, if business is opening and folks are going back to work. And I think that's critical. And I want to also really thank the mayor for his leadership here in the town. You got now COVID testing here in the town. We've been doing blood drives. We've been feeding folks in our community. We've been as active as we possibly can under his leadership to make sure that those that need help are being attended to. Those that need help have helping hands. I call it neighbors helping neighbors, but it's really a collaboration of a bunch of elected officials that are working together. And that's something I think that all of you would expect from us to do, to work together, work in a fashion that we're making sure that people are getting everything needed. So Mayor, again, I appreciate all the opportunities to work and collaborate with you, and just stand fast that we're going to continue to serve our community in our best capabilities and make sure that you get everything you need as far as information, sanitation, testing, whatever is possible. We're going to try to facilitate it as best we can so that the residents of Miami Lakes are not going to need of anything. We're going to try to help out as best we can, understanding it's not sustainable long term. We've got to get people back to work, and that's our goal.
Thank you, Commissioner. If you could stick around for about 3 minutes,
yes,
because once we give our update today, once Ralph gets to talk about the COVID-19, and Tony gives a quick up Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, and YouTube. So we're live on all three. So Ralph, you want to talk real quick about, and if you do have questions, we have the Commissioner here, so make sure you start submitting those now, and we will get to them in the order they submit them on all three platforms. So please start sending them. Ralph, thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Miami Lakers. First of all, Mayor, Manny thank you very much for having me here today to make a special announcement, and Commissioner Bobo also for supporting us and being here. What I do wanted to offer is that from Innovative Transfusion Medicine, we wanted to give back to our local resident and to our community. One of the things that is very important at Innovative Transfusion Medicine, we want to be innovative. We want to be able to give back and be a different blood center from all of the other blood centers. Today, we're announcing that we are going to be doing COVID testing and antibody testing at 6075 Miami Lakes Drive. So at 6075, starting tomorrow from 8 to 5, residents not only give back to community, but give back through this pandemic. So you're gonna get free COVID testing, free antibody testing, and at the same time, if you come out positive, we're asking those same individuals to please to come to our center and come out and donate convalescent plasma. There are many, many sick individuals in the hospitals that need that plasma. So as a blood center, we're here to try to offer every single angle to help our community. Doing these FDA studies, and we saw this data. I think it's very important that we start united, and just like the commissioner just finished saying, going back to normal. It's very important that we all unite and try to get this community back to normal. So as a blood center here, a local blood center, Miami Lakes, we're here to offer you free COVID testing, free antibody testing, and at the same time, you could come to our center, donate plasma, you could donate whole blood. I mean, it's something that we're very excited, Mr. Mayor, for backing us up always, and give back to the residents and to the individuals that live here in Miami Lakes. We're also opening it up, like the mayor said, you know, we're here for everybody. So anybody else in the community that is interested, that wants to get tested for free, it's going to be by appointment. You're able to go to itmblood.org/donor-registration.form. I will send out the notice. You're able to log in, and I'll
Well, thank you, Rob. Thank you guys for giving back to our community. We know how important it is to give back specifically on the plasma. There are a lot of folks that are still in ICU and they need that help. We've seen that once they get that transfusion, how they react, how the bodies react, and they get better. So you know how important it is. So if you are positive and you recovered, definitely consider giving back. You can talk to Ralph, you can talk to his team, and do that. I'm going to hand it over now to Tony Lopez. He's going to give you a micro review as to what's happening here in our community. Tony, hey, welcome. I know something else. You know, me and the commissioner, man, we're big basketball players. What's going on with the basketball courts here in town?
Hopefully soon, very
All
soon,
right.
we'll be able to make that announcement. Hello, Miami Lakers. I want to provide you with an update on where Miami Lakes stands with respect to the coronavirus. As of today, we are at 1,861 total positive cases since the beginning of the pandemic in March. This is an increase of approximately 220 cases since our last week, which is consistent with the increases that we're seeing of positive cases in Miami-Dade County and within the state. The positivity rate in Miami-Dade County, which is the percent of new cases from total individual number of tests, at 7.7% yesterday. Since Monday, the rate has been between 9.3% to 7.7%. On average, this is reflecting a downward trend since the beginning of the month. One major update, and one that the Commissioner alluded to, is the planned August 31st reopening of indoor dining, and we just heard also about the casinos. We are currently waiting the specifics from the county on this, and as mentioned, we're looking at a 50% rate. And once we get the specifics on that, we will be releasing it via social media. All existing curfews still remain in place from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. But more importantly, lastly, I would like to remind everyone to please keep following all respective federal, state, and county guidelines. Wear your mask, keep practicing social distancing, and remember, unless you must go out, you're still safer at home. We are starting to see some very positive news with the recent data. And with all of your help, we continue to hope that we can continue with this downward trend. Thank you.
Hey, muchas gracias, presidente aquí de la ciudad de Miami Lakes. Se lo va a dar otra vez el comisionado Esteban Bobo para hablar un poquito más con ustedes, pero si no tienen preguntas, vamos a estar terminando en un momentito ahora. Ya Brian me dijo que no había preguntas, pero si tienen, empieza a mandarlo en este momento. Pero se lo va a dar el comisionado para que le hable en español un poquitico lo que está pasando. Él así, he trabajado bien duro para estar seguro que todas las voces, específicamente los negociantes, las personas que están ayudando a los empleados y eso, pueden seguir hacia adelante y tienen noticias buenas, muy buenas sobre eso.
Bueno, gracias alcalde y gracias por la oportunidad y tu liderazgo en estos momentos tan difíciles. Y estábamos hablando desde un principio que queremos lograr que tengan gente de la ciudad de Miami Lakes toda la información importante de cómo poder navegar estos momentos difíciles. El alcalde Jiménez ya anunció un 50% de capacidad para abrir los restaurantes. Queremos mucho más que eso y vamos a estar claros, pero hay que empezar a trabajar con lo que tenemos. Tenemos que también estar conscientes que hasta que no exista una vacuna para el coronavirus, vamos a tener que estar navegando y tener que saber vivir con el virus. Quiere decir el distanciamiento social, las máscaras, tú me cuidas a mí, yo te cuido a ti, entonces así podemos navegar estos momentos difíciles. También el alcalde Jiménez hoy anunció que los casinos van a abrir sus puertas y eso es significante porque estamos hablando de personas que pueden volver a trabajar. Aquí el propósito es que las personas puedan incorporarse una vez más a sus trabajos. Y yo sé que muchas personas se están haciendo la pregunta, y mis hijos, ¿cuándo vuelven a la escuela? Obviamente empieza por la tecnología de las computadoras los niños, pero sabemos bien que hay muchos muchachos que les hace falta estar en la escuela. Estamos trabajando lo mejor que podemos con el sistema escolar, a ver si eso puede agitarse un poco, en vez de octubre, que lo puedan hacer en septiembre, para que los niños puedan, es tan importante que lo hagan. Una vez más, quiero dar las gracias al alcalde sí por trabajar fuertemente, asegurarse que ustedes tengan toda la información. Se han logrado pruebas de coronavirus aquí de gratis en la ciudad, se está donando, se ha repartido comida. Estamos haciendo todo lo posible, no solamente para mantenerlos ustedes informados, pero para también proveerles todos los servicios posibles. Muchos de ustedes sabemos que es mejor que se queden en su casa, que se les cuiden mucho, y si podemos seguir haciendo esa obra, obviamente la vamos a seguir haciendo. Lo más importante de todo es tratar de volver a la normalidad. No un nuevo normal, pero una normalidad que conocemos todos. Y para poder lograr eso, tenemos que seguir cuidando de nosotros y a mis amigos que tienen restaurantes. Hagan todo con sus clientes para que podamos ya empezar a abrir nuestra economía que tanto le hace falta a tantas personas en nuestra comunidad. Una vez más, que Dios lo bendiga y vamos a seguir trabajando y sirviendo a la comunidad con la mejor capacidad que tenemos. Gracias, Carlos.
So, Commissioner, how many days in a row have you been doing this? Out in the community, I saw videos today giving out food. I know you've been here in the town many times. What day is this?
So we were in Miami Beach this morning, serving a community and 5 days of service, and what I call neighbors helping neighbors, vecino ayudando vecino. It's just a way of us cooperating with different entities. And so today we were in Miami Beach. As recent, we were in St. Lazarus Church. I wasn't there today, but I can tell you that at Amelia Earhart Park today, they were also doing food giveaway. You know, I told people to go back to work. There are folks that need help, and I think there's an obligation. And by no means are we the heroes here. You know, Feeding South Florida and Farm Share are the heroes. The volunteers that come out to help in these entities are the heroes. You know, what you and I do is just try to facilitate and make sure that the spots are secure and they can bring it. But, you know, thank God for those kind of entities. Thank God for all those volunteers that have come out and helped us. I know they work together in different aspects. And I've been seeing it all county-wide. People needing help. And I think we guys keep doing it as best we can. You know, I realize that the difference between perhaps me being parked in one of those lines, getting food, and serving food is nothing. It's just losing your job, losing an income. And, you know, we're fortunate to have the help to do it, but we realize that there are so many
brothers and sisters that need a little bit of extra help during these unprecedented times in our nation. But Miami Lakers, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Ralph. Thank you, Tony. We got any questions? Twitter, Periscope, YouTube, Facebook. But thank you for tuning in. Take care. Reach out to us. You can talk to the Commissioner directly and call his office.
820-8424. I never